Welcome to another episode of Why Real Estate, and thank you for tuning in. Please like and subscribe and share with those that you know as we are growing this channel, as we have found that there's a hunger and a thirst for information of the most basic nature on buying and selling real estate and investing as well. Today, we're going to talk about another local company here in Utah, and I think that what we have to share is very pertinent across the country and the world as in regards to how you're trying to boost and give more value to your property and make it more aesthetically pleasing. Make it an investment that is truly valuable for you. With us today, and I'm grateful that he's decided to join us, is Roan Ashby, owner and operator of Accent Garage Doors. Roan is someone that's very easy to refer to. He's honest, he's full of integrity, he does great work, and it matters to him that he does do good work. So welcome, Roan.
Hey, thanks, Lane. I appreciate that.
You know, I was saying to him as we were discussing, what our conversation would be about, one of the things that I do often, and one of the things I look at the most, is I'm walking my dog in the morning, right? I take him for a 45-minute walk every morning, my German Shepherd, Boone, great dog. I notice people with garage doors. And when I'm showing houses, clients, one of the first thing they notice is the garage door and what kind of shape it's in and what it looks like. Can you speak to that a little bit and the value that it brings to a house?
Yeah, absolutely. So obviously your garage door, it's a moving wall. It's the smile of your house. You got your entry door and your garage door. 90% of people nowadays, they just use their garage door as their front door. They hit the button, drive the car in, and they're in. Or, they got their kids running in and out, and it's just that door goes up and down so many times. And not to mention, like all the neighbors, when they're walking their dogs, they're checking out your house, they're checking out that garage door. It's like the biggest accent to your home, to your property. It just adds value.
Very subtle plug, I like that.
Right?
Yeah, and so, one thing that we should touch on is obviously maintenance. Very critical, very important. What are some things to look out for in your maintenance? What things should you maintain with your garage door? Can you speak to that? Teach us a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. So your garage door, it goes up and down mainly by the springs. So you got your springs that go across the top and then cables go down and hook out to the bottom of your door. That is what holds like 98% of the weight of your door. So you want to make sure that spring is in good condition, that it is lubed up. It sounds kind of weird to put oil on a spring, but you do, because those springs, they rub against each other and friction causes heat, premature wear, it'll break. So that's the first thing to look out for. Then you got bearings on the sides, and then there's all the rollers in the tracks, and then all the hinge points on every panel. You got your hinges, and each one of those needs to be touched up. And we recommend every 6 months or so to hit that with some grease.
So obviously keeping those springs nice and lubed. When you do a service call, what is the most common thing that you run into that has an issue with the garage door? Honestly,
and it sounds super, super funny, but it's the sensors down at the bottom.
The eyes aren't lining up.
Exactly. So, they've got to be seeing each other. There's a receiver and the sender, and they've got to be looking at each other. 9 times out of 10, it's the garbage can that's backed up against the wall right beside the sensor, and sensor gets bumped just that much out of alignment, and your door's not going to go down. And then you wonder what the heck's going on.
It's so interesting because you don't know how good you got it, having a garage door that functions until you don't have one that functions.
Yeah.
I mean, it is like, I remember when it happened in our house, it's a 5-alarm fire, puts life on hold, stops everything, and you're thinking to yourself, how could I have let this happen?
Yep.
And so, and it's very critical. You take it for granted. Like you just think your vehicle's always going to run when you need it to, and it's not going to break down. When that garage door goes down, or like I had one time, a neighborhood boy jumping from my neighbor's driveway on a little jump he built, went up, and there obviously was not enough space for him to be doing this. And I've got a nice dent in my bottom of my garage door from, a kid on his electric bike ramming into it, right?
Oh,
and all of a sudden, the door won't open. So it's that desperate feeling, typically for your company, how quickly are you able to get out when somebody calls with an emergency like that? Because you're fully aware of how important that is to a family.
Absolutely. So when we're scheduling stuff in our company, we make sure that there are time blocks for calls within 24 hours. Because we, just like you say, we understand that importance of cars needing to be out, needing to go do errands, needing to go do whatever, even for emergency situations. Like people park their cars in their garages, and what if an emergency happens and they can't get out because their door won't open? Yeah, we don't want that on our hands. So we're out there within 24 hours, sometimes even same day.
So all garage doors are not created equal, right?
No.
You know, many times you'll see with builders who are just trying to get the cheapest one in. That's what you get. You know, you get what you pay for. I've seen it on homes that I've had built, or or a property that I bought and helped others buy. What are the different levels of garages? I know that's a big question. You know, opens up a can of worms. A lot going on there.
For sure.
It would be great to know, you know, kind of the cheap end, middle tier, and upper tier, and what you would recommend. Obviously, people who have unlimited funds are going to buy a really nice garage door that's probably going to function better than anything else. But you know, a lot of people nowadays with the high cost of living can't afford something like that, but they don't want something cheap that's going to break on them.
Yep.
You know, middle tier. What are the different types of garage doors, you know, that fit in each one of those?
Oh man, that's a pretty loaded question there. But to kind of simplify that, like you can get doors from $1,000 clear up to $30,000. Like we're working on 2 doors right now that it's a $30,000 bill, but it's exactly what they want. To me, it all comes down to the install. So what we do is we bust out our lasers and we make sure that everything is square. So everything's vertical, everything's at the same plane, because concrete's not always level. Doors, openings aren't always level. So if you get that door and it's perfectly in line with that opening, but the opening is like this, your door's not going to function very well. It's going to be super loud, super annoying. We like to install and we make sure everything is laser grade. And as far as like the low grade, mid grade, and you know the upper tier, I guess you could say, as long as they're installed correctly, they're going to work pretty good. The other thing that goes along with that would be the build quality of the door. So those cheaper end doors, they're going to be like a 26 gauge steel. It's going to be really thin. It's going to dent super easy. You start throwing insulation in there, and they got to make those doors like a 24 gauge steel. So it's a little bit thicker. It's thicker, it's a heavier duty material, and of course, you know, with that quality comes your price. So with garage doors, I always like to say you're getting what you pay for. So if you just want a builder grade cheap door, like yeah, you'll get that. You'll get exactly that.
Garage door maintenance, appearance, it all matters when it comes to adding value to your home. Very, very critical and important things, and one of the first impressions of a home, right?
Yep.
Is there anything else you'd like to add before we wrap this up?
If you're looking to sell your home, look at getting a brand new door for it. Get the door that matches the house. Talk to somebody that actually cares about the design and what it's going to look like at the end. So I know for us, we like to do renderings. Like we'll take a picture of the outside of the house and we'll put the door inside, so the customer can actually see what
kind of a CAD design before.
Yeah, we can see what they're exactly the door that they're going to get. And we see a ton of things like it's like 108% ROI on a garage door if you sell the home. Throw a Google search out there and you'll see it's anywhere between, I've seen 97 up to 110. So it's pretty cool.
Well, Roan, thanks for coming in today. Really appreciate you and the work that you do. Again, highly recommend Roan with Accent Garage Doors. Thanks, everyone.
Heck yeah, give us a call.